All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Swift Dollars here with another news update. And today we got American pastor Josh Sullivan, who was kidnapped at gunpoint while delivering his sermon. Now, ain't that something?
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
I mean, the brother over there in South Africa trying to give the word of the Lord. And we got some goons that came in the church and kidnapped him at gunpoint. Let's bring this brother home, y'all. Keep it locked right here. Straight Shooter Podcast, baby. Let's go. All right, baby, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Swift Dallas, a.k.a. 16 Pad Killer, and you tuned in to Straight Shooter Podcast on Maschine Mafia TV. And this is a safe place for unbiased opinions based on facts, all right? Hit that subscribe button, smash up the likes, and make sure you click that notification bell. That way you stay in the loop each and every time I drop one of these videos, all right? All right, so yeah, y'all, the search for an American missionary kidnapped at gunpoint during his church service continues in South Africa. Now, we got Pastor Josh Sullivan was reportedly abducted last Thursday by armed men who burst into his church. Fellowship Baptist in Motherwell, a township outside the coastal city of Gaborone. I'm sorry, I can't really pronounce that, in the Eastern Cape province of South Africa. Now, the Tennessee's pastor's kidnapping was allegedly for a ransom, but there are no confirmed reports of a ransom price. Now, Sullivan was holding a prayer meeting with about 30 people, including his wife and children, when the four kidnappers entered the building. It is alleged that while a sermon was conducted at the church, four armed masked male suspects entered the church. And police said in a statement, they robbed 2 cell phones, and then they took the 45-year-old pastor with them and fled the scene. And somebody on the scene said, as a witness, like they called him by name. So whoever it was that the masked people were obviously knew him or knew of him when they kidnapped him. Now, this is just horrible, y'all. I'm talking about, look at the brother up there with his family. You know what I'm saying? Now, he done went over there trying to do the good Lord's work, man. And you know what I'm saying? In the middle of his sermon, trying to pass the collection plate.
I said, don't ask. I said, don't ask. No questions.
Here come the goon squad, man. Like, can we have any? Can anybody do any goodwill? You know? See, like he did nothing wrong. He over there trying to spread the gospel, and here comes some thugs. Done kidnapped them and took them away, man. Let's go to this local news coverage and get a little bit more of the story, find out what's going on. We're going to put some boots to the ground real quick.
This is your missionary, Josh Sullivan, here.
Tonight, an urgent search to find Josh Sullivan, a Tennessee pastor authorities say was kidnapped by armed men in South Africa while preaching. Law enforcement there telling NBC affiliate WBIR Sullivan is being held for ransom and telling NBC News the investigation is at a very sensitive stage.
The suspects allegedly forced the victim into his own vehicle and fled the scene with him.
According to his blog, Sullivan moved to South Africa in 2018 to start a branch of Fellowship Baptist Church.
You can see the sign here of our church.
Sullivan touring the church in this YouTube video posted this past February.
My heart dropped. There's no doubt about that.
Pastor Tom Hatley has been a longtime mentor to the 34-year-old father of 3, telling us tonight he's in touch with Sullivan's wife, Megan, who shared that she and her kids were there when he was abducted.
I was obviously very concerned, and I hated that Megan and the children that witnessed this. I've cried, my wife's cried, our church people have cried.
Sullivan's mother telling NBC News, you never think about something like this happening to your child. The State Department saying it's aware of reports of a U.S. citizen kidnapped in South Africa. Today, back home in Tennessee, calls for prayers.
And we need to be praying for him and his safe return, and that God would take care of him.
George Solis, NBC News.
They see how they do that? You know, I'm glad that they're giving this man some coverage, and I hope that our United States government is doing everything they can to bring this man back home from these mercenaries, because this is serious business right here. Like, you know, if you can't even go overseas to Africa or anywhere, you know. You can't go anywhere. What good is the UN? That's what the UN is for. United Nations and all this stuff. Why aren't they banding together to bring this man home? You know? Like I said, we unbiased about everything over here. We cover all topics. We ain't scared of nothing, you know? And I hate it for this man because, you know, I'm not the biggest religious person on the planet, but hey, if he's doing a charitable work, you know, some things is just off limits. Now, like, you know, so for this to happen, I hope this ain't no hoax. I hope this ain't no hoax. He got me up here riding for him. I really hope it ain't no hoax. But the way it's looking, like I said, you know, the goons ran up in there, laid the church down, took him, you know. I mean, what y'all think, man? Y'all put it in the comments, man. Do y'all think this is something orchestrated, a big scam, and it done went left? Because, okay, this happened on Thursday. Well, last Thursday, and the search is still on. No ransom, no clues, no cliffhangers, no, you know, how to get a hold of them. Now the Hawks, that's I guess the Hawks, the branch of the South African Police Service, which investigates organized crime, confirmed to NBC News in a statement Tuesday that it was investigating Sullivan's abduction. Okay, now they said that they want to assure the public that its top priority at this stage is safe return of the victim and ask that anyone with information contact them. So basically what that sounds like is they don't have no leads.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
They need some help. You know, so
you don't want to believe it.
They putting the eye in the sky to contact all they snitches and cooperators to give them a heads up. But like I said, if they said in the report that somebody came in and said his name off the rip, so that's an inside job. Or maybe they could just be trying to get the police off the scent. Who knows? He's a foreigner over there to them. He's from Tennessee and he in South Africa preaching, you know. Maybe the local boys thought they had a lick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure if a ransom comes out just as fast as a GoFundMe or whatever it was got raised to get the young man out of that stabbing situation, to be able to post bond and get attorney fees, I know for a fact that community will raise that money in less than 6 hours to see the good reverend get home. Y'all put it in the comments. Y'all tell me am I right or wrong? You know, that's just my unbiased opinion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never steer you wrong. I'm gonna steer you in the right direction. Give you some game. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But y'all put it in the comments, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think this is a genuine situation where this man, because it's been getting wild in Africa now. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard the Fat Joe story when he said him and D, or over there, Saudi Arabia, all that stuff over there. They buck wild now. Then they got, you know, lions and all kind of stuff jumping off now. He in Africa too. Come on, man. Y'all quit playing. They playing a different type of game out there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're going to make sure we get this man home safe, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for all the people out there, keep praying for this man. You know, we're going to keep our heads up. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, one thing I'm going to tell y'all, man, when you go to the Lord's house, man, and, you know, people start asking questions.
Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions.
This Straight Shooter podcast, man. We out, man. 1.